Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TTV Podcast, episode 324. I am Meso.
I'm Var.
I'm Eljay.
I'm Ben.
I'm TTV Invictus.
And I'm Hayley!
And hello, everybody!
Hayley, can you take that enthusiasm somewhere else? It's not welcome here.
Haley's too happy of a person.
Y'all
Here at
sound
TTV, we
so
all hate each other
fast,
and
so
ourselves.
I had to pick y'all up, you know?
I'll bring it.
You have to what now?
I pick up the back of the scruff of a kitten. Come on, wake up! It's
Are
happy.
you trying to
happy.
imply that we're cats? Don't
Yeah.
force your furriness on
Don't
us.
lump me into that
No.
community.
Yeah, I ain't your Meso. Meso's your Meso.
What?
Yeah.
Excuse me? I'm not a cat either.
Don't touch me. You can. Meso's giving you full permission, but just
Hello.
stay away from
Hey.
everyone.
Shut up, HBM.
Excuse me, we finished the deal.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? Ew.
Ew.
I
LJ
watched
will allow
almost,
me-
well, not almost.
Yeah,
I watched
okay.
all of Attack on Titan, so I can give unlimited
Yeah.
hugs to LJ.
Oh, okay. That quote sounded really bad out of context, so I think
We finished
Yeah.
the deal, right?
Alright. You got the product. I got the cash. We finished the deal.
Yeah, I got the good stuff.
The service.
The good stuff from Georgia.
There's no good stuff from Georgia.
Probably isn't anything.
I eject the good stuff out of my pores
The good
every
stuff.
morning.
Okay.
I've got a
You
D&D of
what now?
Endgame. Here you go.
Blinks at mine. So, how's everyone
what's up?
doing this fine Saturday?
I'm doing pretty well. How about you, Haley's boyfriend, Meso?
I'm doing pretty well, Sam's boyfriend.
Shut the... Oh my god.
Hey,
Perfect retort. High five.
The SBV.
SPV,
Lamau.
MGH,
Ben,
and SPV.
What's going on with you? Something.
And don't forget about HBM.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ben, what's going on with you this morning?
My homeboy Meso. That's what HBM.
Aw, yeah.
yeah,
There we go. We're friends now. We're friends. Now let's get
Oh,
LJ.
Wait,
good
what?
in the-
What do you mean, get me?
Let's go after LJ.
No!
Yeah. Let's roast NBE.
Alright, wait. What?
Nobody's boyfriend LJ.
I got that right away.
Hashtag wreck.
I was not ready for that. I was saying the other day, we shouldn't have roasts anymore. And I want to elaborate on this, because I never do. We should have potlucks where we come together and compliment each other and build each other up as
You
friends.
said that this morning. What are you talking about?
Well, I said it the other day, too, and I just never explained what that meant.
It'd be easier to do that with you if there was something to compliment.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I came
You're
a
a
little
good guy,
empty-handed.
Alden. You'll be a nice catch for some
Came a
reason.
little empty-handed
Thanks,
to the
Var.
project potluck.
You're a swell
some
fellow,
man.
and I'm happy that you're happy.
I agree with Peel's comment. That's just called human decency. You don't need to
what's
organize a thing for it.
Vin. Mange. Enlighten the audience.
Meso.
Oh yeah, Mange is at my house. He
Yep.
broke in. And I said, okay, sure. You can just don't break into my face.
Don't break
Whoa.
into my
Too late.
I mean, if he can break into houses with, like, the swipe of a finger, you know.
I'm breaking out
I don't wanna-
all kinds of fluids.
Var?
Why?
Why?
Yeah, so, Mange, this is your first time back in the States.
Hey,
How
no,
long-
hold on. Wadon said, Invi quit cameo on Ven's mic. I've literally been doing that the entire podcast.
If you look, it's doing it right now.
Did you? I feel like you just got up and went right in front of Ben. That's what it
I
sounded
gotta,
like you did.
change my nickname on here real quick.
Oh,
Tenebrae
that's why it's the...
Vindictus.
Wait, no, that doesn't make any
Illustrious.
sense. It's the illustrious
Tenebrae
Ven.
Venom. No.
Like you're ripping off Var, hardcore.
He does this all
No,
the time.
you're ripping off me.
How am I ripping off you?
I was the very first Johnson ever.
Okay, that's definitely
In the
not
face of the
true.
earth.
Oliver Johnson.
Yeah, you're right.
Oliver Veneno Johnson.
If you're the first Johnson, then who will be the last?
I don't want to think
The
about
last cool one.
that. Then that's me. I can't say
Eljay
that
originally had
seriously.
an O, then he had an E, then had a U. Johnson.
All right, enough memeing. Yeah, Mange is back. I mean, Tenebrae Invictus is back from
From where?
is back in the States.
Justin J.
Um,
Tenebrictus.
Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome.
Gonna be staying at my place for a bit until he goes back home, like home.
How long is a bit? How long do you
Tuesday.
In sync. Let's see, it's Saturday. Yeah, I'm here till Tuesday morning.
That's longer than I thought. I thought it was gonna be like a day.
No,
Yeah,
he's
bro.
gonna be here for a bit.
You gotta make it count. So basically, I went to go visit Matoro twice last year, and Ben was like, "Why didn't you come up to visit me?" Even though it's like another 6 hours away. So I wanted to make it up to him since it's flying between here, between like, yeah, the U.S. and Thailand, like Los Angeles, San Francisco are both like very like natural like layover points. It was very easy to just go and stop at Ben's place and then book another ticket for like days from now.
Yeah, and we've been trying to make something happen for a while. Whether he goes to LA again and I just meet him there, which didn't happen because I lost my little Southwest
Dude,
gift card
what the
for
crap?
a while. I found it though. I have it, so we can definitely make it happen at any point. And then there was like another time I'm pretty sure where we were gonna try and make stuff happen, but then I had stuff going on again. And now it finally made it work. He's here. Got to visit. He's gonna see my hometown. I'm gonna take him to.
I got all these
stuff.
Ven X Envy ships.
I know. This is at this point, it's got to be the name of the podcast.
I
It's
finally.
the most ridiculous one.
There's
Oh,
only
I was
one
thinking, like, don't
picture.
break my face.
There's one picture that I have with
Don't
both of
break
you
my
in it,
face.
and I
Fine,
finally got it
use
on the screen. So there we go. There is.
Yeah, no, I'm hyped.
Invectus.
I'm hyped to have finally like
Wait,
at
post
least
it.
like one of you guys here.
I mean, you're gonna be
To,
disappointed.
to like,
Post it in the chat.
All right.
I'm
it's
gonna be
up- it's
disappointed.
uploading. It's uploading.
Post it on the chat.
Hardcore acupuncture.
What?
Post it on the chat.
What?
Haley keeping the channel alive.
You know what? I'm gonna not post it just because of you.
No.
Haley.
Fine. On YouTube right now.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys are shipping us together. It kind of feels weird. Like, yeah, I'm hanging out with my boyfriend and his girlfriend.
I'm hanging out with my boyfriend and
Wait,
his
what is
girlfriend.
this? This is
There's a
BBI.
lot of layers to that one.
Classic third.
I'm with my boyfriend's wife.
Hello there, Ben's boyfriend and
we don't put a label on anything, you know. It's just
I'm with my
makes
boyfriend's
sense to,
wife's mistress.
Oh my gosh.
You got third wheel yourself, right?
Yeah, that was the thing. Mange got to meet Sam ahead of time, so Mange is the first person to meet Sam before any of you.
Aw, dude, Diggy, I shit me with myself too.
What?
What?
Rip.
What?
Oh my
Nice.
gosh.
Can't wait for those fanfics, Hector. You know, you can write them up. We're like, I got to meet the TTV cast, and then one of them decided to pay special attention to me.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that one's canon.
Oh no.
We don't need those fanfics.
We don't need those. You just gave a lot of people ideas. Good job.
No.
It's a classic, though. It's not like a new idea.
Let the shipping begin.
Do not let it begin. Let it end.
I mean, it happened
To
in
the
real
boat.
life. Just look at Haley's story.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, no one shipped Haley with Meso. No one knew who Haley was.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
That
it
is.
wasn't
that's
as a
fair.
ship. It's the idea of like being a fan of TTV and then somebody from TTV.
Don't date your fans.
Yeah, that's never a good idea.
She's not a fan anymore.
Yeah, she's MGH, and now he's HBM.
He's a creeper.
Homeboy Meso.
Oh my god.
He's
Excuse
a
me.
creeper peeper.
Apparently, I found out yesterday for
No
the first
such
time.
thing.
She's got access to the YouTube channel. She could just delete it all.
This is true.
I think about this daily.
Oh my gosh.
Just
I
delete
would
it.
never. I would never. I would just delete everything.
You think about
Veronica
Haley
related.
Daily?
What the heck? You would
Think about
delete?
Haley Daily.
The Daily Wolf. Oh, dude, you need to become like a
Daily
political commentator now.
Yo, that's actually pretty good. The Daily Wolf.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
The Daily Wolf.
Good thing.
I'm
about
Hayley,
politics.
and this is the Daily Wolf.
It does kind of sound
Yeah.
like you would have like a video series where you're just angry and ranting about like stupid
Yeah.
political topics.
You know what really
about
grinds my
political-
gears? Non-Cole fans.
Why is
Wow.
Nessa too light?
Oh my gosh, you
Oh,
are
no.
really hung
We're
up
not
on
opening
this.
up that can of worms.
I am hung up on this.
Vardy,
dude.
you want to
It's
talk about the
stupid.
Nessa whitewashing controversy?
Uh,
You seem like pissed about it. It could be funny.
I mean, I am pissed about it. I just don't know if it would lead to a very entertaining conversation or not.
Maybe not.
You know,
Why,
why
short
do
end of
people-
the stick.
Yeah,
there's
that
a
was really
new
cool. That's in logic.
there's a new Pokemon trainer coming out in the new game, and she's like a big like
She's gotten a lot of attention lately.
yeah, she's really popular, right? So a bunch of artists have been drawing her and stuff. And there's this dumb thing that keeps happening where stupid people keep commenting on people's drawings of Nessa and are like, OMG, she's too light. Oh my gosh, you've made her white. Stop whitewashing, you racist.
Because in the game, she's like a dark-skinned character.
Yeah. And then,
And
people
just
don't
like-
understand how colors work.
It's stupid. Okay, there is fan art of her that does paint her with lighter skin, like obviously lighter skin. But then there's some where it's like it's just straight up, it's her normal skin color.
It's just not.
But
I mean,
somehow-
it's literally the same skin color, and people
Yeah,
are
it's
like,
literally
"Oh my
the same.
god, stop
It's-
whitewashing."
Yeah, it's ridiculous. People are just, ah man, one of those things that drives me nuts about the internet. It's like people will like reach for anything to get mad over.
Well, it's almost always a bunch of people who aren't actually artists themselves. They have no idea what the hell they're talking about when it comes to like actually like creating colors
Right.
and color palettes and everything.
Like you pointed out to us earlier, someone tried to
someone,
support
oh my
their
god,
argument by brightening up a picture of the Nessa fan art, and it's like,
I was so
of course
upset.
it looks white. You brightened the picture.
their argument was literally like, you can tell she's white because if you take the original image and brighten it up, it looks a lot whiter now. And it's like, dude, bruh, let's take a step back from the internet.
I think they were trying to say like the background, since the background was white, it was conforming to the skin color a little bit more.
Who cares? Shut
But
up.
it was like that's so dumb. That was such a dumb argument. You still brighten the picture to make it look white. It's like, come on, man.
Well, and a lot of people don't seem to understand that color schemes are developed based off, how the colors actually interact with one another on the image itself. So people will adjust the actual skin tone if it fits the palette of the piece itself more. And Photoshop has filters and different layer options and stuff that'll also change the colors and adjust it. So you'll have images that are higher contrast. You have images that are lower contrast. Sometimes there are more saturated undertones. Sometimes there are less saturated undertones. The hue can change and can vary. That's how art works. Not everybody has to have the exact same skin tone, like colors ripped per hexadecimal from the actual screenshot itself. It's stupid. It's a very, very dumb argument. Shut up, people.
But Var, this is an important controversy. We must
Yeah, well.
discuss it.
Also, recreating white skin tones is a lot easier than recreating black people's skin tones. So that's just kind of naturally how it goes sometimes.
Fair enough.
It was easier
Yeah.
to bring out the undertones because,
I was surprised by how vitriolic people were getting over this.
well, it's a bunch of people who, one, aren't artists and a bunch of people
well-
who also aren't black. So big
Yeah,
shocker.
yeah, I know. Really, it's like, oh, I'm offended because this could offend someone else. Like,
The classic.
but could it really?
The classic.
Stupid.
No, what was I gonna say?
I don't know, what were you gonna say?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, people are just stupid. No, what really grinds my gears is when people will like take somebody's art and then modify it to correct it, quote unquote. So another.
I
You know
remember
what I
those
mean?
days back during G3 for Conical.
Oh yeah.
That was annoying.
So with Nessa, there was another controversy where people were saying like her outfit was a little too.
No, I'm good.
Oh,
Just-
man, just getting tea. Sorry.
No, I'm good.
Um, where her outfit seemed to like was deemed a bit too inappropriate, but it was like, dude, she's wearing a swimsuit.
She's a water gym leader.
But
Yeah,
people would
Absolute
like,
dense idiot.
yeah. So people have made artwork of her wearing like cargo shorts. And
Hey, there we
just,
go.
Like,
Now we're
yeah,
talking.
Like stuff that you obviously wouldn't wear when you're about to go
What?
swimming.
What?
But it's just to cover up more of her
Stuff that you
skin.
obviously wouldn't
Unless
wear
you're an
if you had
idiot like
fashion
Eljay.
sense.
Hey,
Yeah.
think about it this
Yeah.
way. I go in the water and then I keep all the stuff in my cargo pockets. And so when I come out of the water, it's still with me.
Everything's no longer in my pocket.
What? No, but they're in my
And
pocket.
also, I look
Because
like
they're
a fool.
cargo pockets. And I look great. Because I look like I am comfortable. When you look comfortable, you look happy.
Yeah, Boomer LJ.
LJ, speaking that realness.
Thank
not
you,
really,
Ben.
Oh, someone mentioned Tifa in the chat. I don't even want to get into that one.
Oh man,
Tifa.
Tifa.
That one's also stupid as heck.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
So-
people are getting mad over dumb stuff. What's new?
Character designs are serious business, apparently. We
People
gotta
need to
let
take their
you know.
agendas somewhere else. Just go away.
Now,
There
Var.
are
So-
plenty of places.
Now, Var.
What?
If people took their opinions away, then we wouldn't have a flow of ideas and refinement, and it would just be very
All that
static,
refinement.
and no one would learn or grow. And don't get me wrong, no one's growing in this instance because it's a very dumb controversy. However,
LJ, this is an example of a
Oh, no.
situation that was not racist at all whatsoever, and then became racist because people can't just shut up and be happy.
okay, that is true.
Like now, people are legitimately posting like actual racist memes about Nessa on Twitter now because of this.
Well-
It's in response to the stupidity.
It's like the it's
Yep.
like the OK symbol. Almost.
Yeah,
but
Oh my
one
God,
I'm
much
talking
less-
about. Hunter mentioned it in the Patreon chat. Now
I
that one
legit
actually is
feel like I have
racist.
to be careful about the OK symbol.
Oh, dude, the OK symbol's so dumb.
Okay,
when did
right?
this happen?
Yeah.
It happened a few months ago. So to catch everyone up to speed, so you know the OK symbol. So you take your index finger and your thumb, you put them together, the tip of your fingers together, and then you have your other three fingers splayed out. So it's like OK.
Oh my gosh, LJ racist.
Well, a notorious website decided to meme this and tried to push the narrative publicly that it was a white supremacist symbol. And so every
And
single
the stupid
time,
people ran with it.
and yes, so now it is kind of in the mainstream considered to be a racist symbol.
All these
Even though
dumb media outlets totally bought it.
Yeah. So
And now they're informing the general public that this is a hate symbol. And now the general public's like, OMG, they hate people. They're white supremacists.
Oh man, use the OK symbol. You hate everyone.
yeah.
And like, I was listening to a podcast where like they were talking about how there was this picture, like of a bunch of police officers doing the OK symbol, right?
Oh boy.
And of course, now everybody thinks that they're white supremacists because it absolutely fits that agenda. And it's like,
It's true.
guys, it's a game.
See,
It's
the
a
cops are
game.
doing it.
It's a game, people.
Those coppers.
You know, the Major Look game. That's a thing, right? Everybody's played that
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
right? Yeah, there you go.
What game?
It's where you do the OK symbol, but you like lower it so that
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I've done
Just
that
did
before.
it to Mange.
yeah. So then you have people that look over at it, and it's like, "Ha, I got you. You did the OK symbol, and you saw it." So it's a Major Look thing. It's an actual thing that people do. And I was listening to a podcast where this guy was like, "No, those cops are definitely white supremacists. I mean, you mean to tell me that these adult men who probably go home to their families and stuff, they're playing some silly game that a bunch of kids would play?" And I'm just thinking, I played this literally yesterday with all my coworkers at work. Like,
Well, Var, I
It's
got
so
some
dumb.
bad news for you then.
Racist.
We got
I guess not-
white
yes.
supremacist chat going on.
Var, the black man, is a white supremacist.
Black Klansman.
Yes.
So, listen, parents, if you're listening to this podcast with your children, you can have this conversation with them. But we're sorry in advance.
Oh my god. well, people will be really stupid. Why
Oh my god.
Yes.
What the heck?
Favor the supremacy.
Faber.
I feel like
what
this
have
is
you
a
done?
really
Oh,
good way
man.
to bridge into this.
That is actually. So, Meso, what's your opinion on Faber this week?
Well, he's posted a few new things since we last talked. Eljay, you can throw up the crystal picture.
Okay.
Picture.
Sente.
Bless you.
God bless you and God bless America.
Yeah! Heck yeah! All right!
Like,
Shut up.
okay. So if it's a smoke screen,
Oh no.
You're not a real American, LJ.
Hey!
if it's a smoke
What?
screen and like people are counting on the fact that nobody knows what it means so that they can continue using it
Oh no.
and support their white supremacy,
Oh no.
who cares at that point?
Oh no.
Who cares? Where's the power? What does the symbol represent if nobody understands what it means other
It
than
represents that my fingers look better than yours.
What? How does that
Look
even...
at this white hand.
in an age where you can send text messages and tweet on your phone, why do you need to signal each other?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just
To
staying.
organize it.
I'm just
To be
staying
fair,
on
we did
this.
organize all the chat members, so I guess
We
we're all
okay, we
pretty
did not
good.
do this. We didn't ask people to do this. No one
Oh.
asked.
Yeah, man, it's like
TTV is
Ban
gonna get
Marcuda all over
demonetized
again.
for-
No.
people are gonna cite us as like.
Yeah, it's like ban
racist.
Marcuda, except now it's ban black people. Let's do that.
No!
No,
Stop
no,
it!
no,
We're moving on! We're moving on!
Here we go, everybody.
Nope!
All right. So anyway.
Nope, that is the end of this
so-
conversation. It is over.
In this week's segment of What's Up with Faber, let's talk about Christian Faber and his periodical movement. So, in this
Radicals
week's
for all
post-
Bionicle fans, except the black ones.
No, stop!
Welcome to Fun with
Oh.
Faber.
No!
Bionicle isn't for you.
Ah! No!
You're not the
Oh,
demographic.
then
You're
throw
not
up the
the
substrata
demographic.
picture. We did the substrata.
You
Well, I
asked
had
me
to-
to put up the other one. Okay, fine. Substrata. There
Little
it
black
is.
kid
videos
walks out of
you
Toys
do.
R Us,
Wait,
and
no,
they,
put up
like,
the
they,
canister
Like,
pot.
imagine
the
somebody's
guy
like,
snatches it
"Are
from
you
him like,
okay
no,
with
this
me?"
is
He's like,
not
yeah,
for you.
white power, bro, all the way. Like,
Oh no.
YouTube's gonna take this video down.
They are. They probably are. They've gotten very strict
Demonetized.
very recently.
All right.
Oh,
my God.
okay, Meso, you know what?
So-
I couldn't figure out what you wanted, so I just put both
Channel's
of
It's
them
a
on.
history
Shut down.
lesson, dude.
You know,
Uh,
Var wanted to get rid of the channel. This is his way of doing it.
oh, we smart.
Haley,
So,
are you trying to imply that I've got some kind of ulterior motive and that this entire conversation has merely
Is
been
that
a
a
dog
personal
whistle?
attack?
Is that some kind
Just
of
a
a personal
hunch or
attack or something?
Oh my gosh, Brie Larson, go away.
Whoa,
Larson.
we
so
love
naturally
Brie Larson
change
here.
topics because we do need to do that.
Oh, please.
Because we
Thank you.
probably
got
only. Full
No,
disclosure,
no.
This podcast is going to be a shorter one because I have work. Haley has Ninjago.
Basically, I'm white.
So we're probably only going to run for an additional like 25 minutes or so. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
All right.
Ninjago comes out in
No.
like an hour.
I
Yes,
mess up.
so
In
let's start
English.
with the picture that Christian Faber posted of the canister, posted about a week ago. He says, "This pod holds all the dreams and knowledge of past legends and the hashtag hibernating hope for the future.
Oh, we're talking about Faber now.
Hatching will depend on surroundings and survival.
Wake me up when you're done.
Evolution, timing, and patience are close connected with coincidence
in
and
September
luck
and-
nearby. Your interest and comments will power the ignition." And then he posted another picture of like being in a cave called like substratum.
Yep, I have both of them
And,
up.
Faber hanging out in a cave.
Now people have been wondering,
Chilling.
and I've been wondering myself, you know, when are you gonna do another like opinion video updating people about Faber? My point is, I don't really see the merit in doing so. Like we talk about it every time he posts new images in the podcast, but like they're
It's a
kind
bunch
of
of BS. There's
they're
nothing
kind of
being posted.
vacuous. Like not to be rude, I like the images, but there's nothing to discuss. Really,
Yeah.
they're just kind of
It's
like,
the same thing every single week. There's
It's the
nothing
same
new.
thing every week. Nostalgic image with vague subtext and no concrete details. Now, we did have a rather interesting, like 2-hour-long debate outside of the podcast about this project's connection to Rebel Nature.
I don't know if
through
I'd
that-
call it a debate. It was definitely a conversation, a discussion.
Yeah.
I would say it was a debate. We just reached a conclusion that we all agreed to.
Fair enough.
Meso, did you mention his tweet from earlier too?
Yeah. Well, no.
No, I
It's
don't
Rebel
even have
Nature
that
related.
picture either.
Yeah, that was
So-
for Rebel Nature.
Yeah, Faber tweeted earlier this morning, reinventing #biology, nature and #technology, connecting in new, uncontrollable, creative ways in the #Rebel Nature universe. #drone, #future forest, #concept, #drawing, #iPad Pro, #procreate, #sketching.
Thanks, man.
He really likes
Hashtag-
his hashtags.
At hashtag Copenhagen knows.
Yeah. Here's the tweet in question. I
Yeah.
posted in the-
In summary, the point of our discussion off podcast was Eljay broached the idea that Threonicle and Rebel Nature could in fact be the same thing, could possibly be the same project.
Wait,
I was of the opinion they were not, because he's claimed before that was not the case. Going back through the chat logs, gave a much more vague answer. He did not actually say that they were not the same thing. All he said was that Rebel Nature is not dead. It's more relevant than ever before. So, big thinking emoji. Orikume is picking up on where I'm going with this. The theory that we eventually reached is that, because if you go back and read his blog, when he announced Rebel Nature, he cites it as a universe spanning multiple different projects and formats. And that includes projects not called Rebel Nature, like his movie, which is called Waveborn.
hmm
So the theory is that
And the artwork that we're constantly seeing about the little girl and the robot, that is
Mhm.
Waveborn.
yeah, but that's just one part of the Rebel Nature.
One thing of Rebel Nature, but it's not actually Rebel Nature.
No, because Rebel Nature refers to the overarching thing. To put it in layman's terms that people can understand, Rebel Nature is not, I don't know, Iron Man. Rebel Nature is the MCU. And there are multiple different projects underneath that banner, and I do believe that Threonicle will be one of them.
After talking about it for like 2 hours, we all came to the conclusion that this G3 that he's hyping up is in fact a part of Rebel Nature.
Yes. Now, whether that means it will have direct connection with the story about the human girl or whatever, that's another thing entirely. It could be like an anthology.
Yeah, I brought up how it
whatnot.
could be like very Black Mirror-ish, where like each story it features a common theme that kind of puts it all together under this umbrella Rebel Nature like brand, but each story itself could be very individual and very separate. So it's essentially an anthology where they're
My
not
theory is
actually
involved because like Faber's whole thing with this is like environmental awareness, protection, etc. So the story of the girl and the robot, robots have kind of dominated the world, and there's like one human girl. Bionicle could just be like a flash forward. When the human
Yes.
girl's, like,
In
dead.
the distant future, humans constructed a factory to assemble heroes. We call those heroes Bionicle.
I mean, you joke, but that would be cringy. But I can totally see that happening. Because if we
It all
go,
comes full circle.
people were concerned, and they still are, that like Bionicle would become like either bogged down with humans or like kind of a preachy like environmental message, etc., etc.
I was concerned. Me.
Yeah, you and many other people, I was saying.
Yeah, there is
but-
actually an ongoing conversation on the TTV message boards about whether or not that'd be a good thing for the project.
We have a message board?
Yes, Var, we have had a message board.
Huh.
But I think there are ways to do it, especially
The more you know.
amazing, Var. You're a legend. Especially if it's under the route that like maybe I don't know, the world's already toast and like robots have taken over. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
There- there are ways
essentially
to
that
do
was
that.
kind of the deal with it.
That was kind of the deal. Now, obviously, Bionicle originally had other much more nuanced and also personal story threads, things that were exclusive to Bionicle. But if you just look at the core of like its ending, the shattering is pretty much an allegory for like the world getting destroyed because of like mining. You know what I mean? And the original premise for Bionicle was humans having to board an evacuation vessel because their planet got destroyed to go find like a new home. So I definitely think the seeds are there for Bionicle to become part of the Rebel Nature universe if he wanted to go that route. And let's be honest, I can see why he would, because cross promotion would be very helpful. Rebel Nature's been an idea for many years, and it hasn't really developed as I'm sure he would want it to.
To be
But
fair,
using
though,
Bionicle,
we don't. To us, we don't have that frame reference.
this is true. It could be totally just coming along well.
Yeah,
But
because like,
using Bionicle as a way to integrate and bolster new fans could make total sense. I don't know.
yeah,
That's basically our discussion.
it'd be interesting. Like, I've always been interested in Rebel Nature as a concept, without really knowing what it's been. I've only recently finally gotten a grasp on what it is. He released a concept video, a mission statement, I should clarify, last month. And that kind of illuminated what the project is supposed to be. Like, you guys didn't even realize he has, like, an app game and, like, animations.
Yeah, the whole time I thought that Rebel Nature was always just like... I never knew what format he was ever going to tell the story in. I thought it could be a short story, it could be a TV show, no idea. But I always assumed it was about the girl and the robot.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently he's got all kinds of stuff.
This is true. It could be cool. I just, I do have concerns and still do about the way this whole thing is being handled. With Bionicle's integration, I think that if it's not done tastefully, there will be community clapback when it ends up going south. So just fingers crossed. And,
Well, I mean, it's not like it won't be Bionicle. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's even said as much recently. He's like, I'm not bringing anything back.
Yeah.
And whether you want to read into that as it's 100% not Bionicle or it's a new take on Bionicle, whatever way you interpret Faber's cryptic messages, I think that it can be pretty safe to say that it won't be the Bionicle that we know and remember.
It's going to be a
It'll be a new
Bionicle-esque
take.
short story that takes place in the Rebel Nature universe.
But
Yeah.
guys, that's still a biological chronicle, am I
It might
right?
be.
Well, yeah, it very well might be. So
It could be just as valid as G2, but it'll be a different take. And especially the people who keep saying on his Instagram, I only want to see the G1 characters. You're delusional. You need to accept
Yeah.
reality. I'm
that's
sorry.
not gonna happen.
You
Sorry,
need to wake
I
up
don't
from
wanna
your
be a
dream
jerk.
world.
I don't want to be a
Dream
jerk.
world.
It's not gonna happen. It's not. You're not gonna see
Your
Maroon
heroes
Star.
are fake.
Okay, Zack Snyder.
Is that like a quote from Bionicle? What is it, Revolution or whatever that was?
Oh yeah, it could be.
You think parents love their children?
Oh my god, I forgot
No,
all
just-
about that quote.
You're kidding yourselves. It's not gonna happen. Abandon hope and of that. You're not gonna see Marinder. You're not gonna see Valika. You're not gonna see Trin Chrome. You're not gonna see any of those people. It's over. It's toast. That ship has sailed. I wish it weren't so, but it's true.
Yeah.
So
Say
it
it
could
ain't
still be
so.
valid. It could still be a fun, cool thing.
Turn the lights off.
Carry me home.
Na 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 na.
Thank you too, for your
You're welcome.
symphony. Yeah, I mean that's all really. Whenever Faber posts something of substance, we will continue to update you, obviously.
Yeah.
But until then, it's like every week we'll just let you know. what's
For
going
what
on.
it's worth, we've tried to get a hold of him to have him on the podcast to elaborate, and he was open to it. Unfortunately, he's gone radio silent.
He mentioned that he'd be open for an interview once he had actually pitched the project, which he was going to do in the month of May, to several other groups. And he posted that in a YouTube comment, completely unprompted in response to listening to our podcast. But when trying to reach out to him on Instagram, no dice.
Yeah.
So we'll see in time.
Maybe you're just not rolling the right dice.
Nice
Excuse me.
indeed.
How would I roll the dice then?
Very carefully.
Weird. It's so
Yeah.
it's so perplexing. But hey, at least we're making all that sweet YouTube revenue off of that clickbait, am I right?
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Oh
that
man.
money. I really enjoyed my
Don't-
$15 last month. I'm rich.
Oh,
I'm really
you're
rich.
like enticing me right now, man.
Hey, yo, YouTube super chat.
Oh no.
Got a
Oh,
donation from our
yeah.
usual.
Adrian G. Asking, have you guys seen Godzilla 2 yet? Also cheese. Well, cheese is great.
Yeah, I've definitely seen cheese.
Yeah,
I
I've
saw
seen
cheese last night.
I saw cheese
Cheese
before we
was-
started.
I see cheese right now. Hi, LJ.
What's that even mean?
It means you're
It
cheesy.
means you're a piece of cheese. And that too.
Does it mean that I'm Gouda?
No.
Oh.
No, you... Unless Gouda's the stinky kind.
You stink.
No, you're provolone.
Oh.
I like to think that I'm American. I like
More like
American cheese.
Americant.
How dare you?
No, I think you're more Swiss.
I think I'm
Haley,
quite
you're
Swiss.
awake.
Yeah, I'm awake.
Haley, you're
alive?
alive. Jinx.
Haley, what do you think about the Faber situation?
Interesting.
Should
Do
Faber
go on.
continue posting
I-
pictures of caves, Haley?
Guys, are we not going to address the actual question?
Let her
We've-
finish.
Yeah,
Okay.
have you guys
I
seen
wanna
Godzilla 2? I have not.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
I have.
Yeah, it was good.
You have to have a comment.
I liked it a lot.
It was really good.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there.
You don't know we've talked about it for like 6 weeks.
Yeah,
And she
but
tuned it
it's-
out.
It's like Rebel Natures. I don't even know what that
Rebel
is.
natures.
Bunch of
I like to go out in the woods, see the natures.
I'm a rebel by nature. That's all I get from it. But yeah, it's like exciting, but also mean at the same time. Like,
It's exciting, but also.
You see that? That's a nature right there rebelling.
Podcast 2024, the Rebels of Nature.
it's the Daily Wolf joining us.
I mean, yes, it,
The
it
rebels
actually
are-
is. That's.
I'm gonna name this episode the Daily Wolf.
Ugh.
Such a good boy.
It sounded like
He
Axel
agrees.
Rose.
Shut
He
up!
agrees.
Stop barking!
And today is the day that
That's a
LJ
warning,
put
Faber.
down his. All right. Yeah. So Godzilla was pretty good.
Biggest
It's a nice
All right, that was
monster
the most
brawler.
confused. Like, Magic
pretty
posted a
good.
GIF of like the bird chirping or like whatever, but like the bird's mouth opened right as the dog barked in the background. So it was like such a bizarre like combo of things.
I love it.
Anyway,
Godzilla.
Godzilla was pretty
Godzilla.
good.
It was good. It was fun. It was a fun movie. Story's dumb, but don't watch it
The
for the
story's so
story.
dumb. It's so dumb.
It's pretty dumb. But the action, the monster action was juicy. I really liked it.
There are a
Um,
couple of things with the humans where like things happened where characters should have died and they don't die, and I'm like, all right.
I know, like there's like
What?
somebody gets like a piece of wall just thrown at them towards the end of the movie, and then literally
just,
it,
like-
it cuts right after that, and they walk out just fine.
Yeah.
I love it. Makes perfect
It's like,
sense.
what just happened?
What? Yeah. Like what? What's going on right now?
Is it similar to my favorite scene in The Last Jedi when Leia gets like their part of the ship gets blown up and she magically pulls herself back into the ship?
No, it was a lot quicker than that.
Oh, fair enough.
It was just like weird stuff where obviously they just don't really give a crap. They're just fun monster fighting stuff.
Yeah.
What is that, Jeff?
Lennon. Oh, it's gross.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
So if you're a fan of like the older Godzilla movies, like from
Definitely.
the Showa era, like 60s through 80s and whatnot, where
You'll
it's
like
just
it,
like
for sure.
nonsense. You'll like it, and you'll appreciate the tone of it being pretty similar to the Heisei era, which is like 90s and so on.
Absolutely. If I had to critique anything it said, I feel like the human stuff lasted a bit longer than it really should have.
The Transformers
Yeah,
problem.
yeah. There was a part where like the monster action slows down a good bit, and then it's just nothing but human stuff for a bit, and that
Right,
part
like
drags
the
on.
middle section of the movie is kind of like
Yeah,
it's pretty slow.
I watched it twice already, and that scene it a second time, that part was definitely like pretty boring. But
Yeah.
after that, once you get past that and you get to the monster action again, it's
I'm-
so good.
I've noticed that every time I go to see a Godzilla movie, I have a terrible theater experience with someone in the crowd.
Oh,
Really?
really?
Yeah, the first Godzilla movie I went to, it was like there was this guy who just kept talking throughout the whole thing. He was one of those that would explain things and laugh at everything to the person next to him, and they would have a conversation about what they're seeing on the screen at this moment. Like he's talking to his wife, and he's like, "All right, oh no, he's about to do the fire thing. He's gonna do the fire breath thing. Oh, he's doing the fire
What?
breath thing."
Perfect people. Perfect movie experience.
And it's like that throughout the entire movie. This time, I had a very different experience. There was a guy who was sitting next to me, like 2 seats down. He legit just whips out his phone and has a phone call conversation during the movie.
Whoa!
I have never witnessed anything like this before.
It's destroyed.
He's just on his phone talking with, I guess, his wife or something.
Whoa!
He's just having a conversation
You're
for
at
like
home
30
watching
minutes.
Netflix. You're sitting in the theater with 30 other people. Get out.
Like
That's
that's some, oh man, like
These guys are evolving the movie watching experience for the better. This is the modern era.
No, shut
I
up.
was just
If
blown away. Like I couldn't even
No,
say anything.
Shut
Like,
up.
Haley, what-
This is my career.
Hey, like people keep telling us to like, oh, get out of your electronics, talk to people,
Yes.
be personable. This is it. This is what they're doing. They're talking to people.
In
it
the
was just
middle
like
of a
so
movie,
far and above
the
anything I could
movie
ever expect from people. In a
experience, when you
theater.
go to a theater and the lights turn down, what you're supposed to do is go to their world. That's it. That is the movie experience.
What if in their world they have phones? I mean, did you ever think of that one?
The funny thing was, it was
You
like
don't
the first.
exist.
It was like the first
You
people
don't
where the
exist
guy
if
was
you watch a
explaining the
movie.
movie to his wife, except now
Well,
he
you
was
said to
doing
go
it
to
over the
their
phone.
Oh my god.
Like, he was just like, "Oh yeah, Godzilla's like fighting Ghidorah right now. It's pretty cool."
I'm watching the movie right now.
Yeah, I'm watching the movie.
Yeah. The
Right
guy
now, there's
next
some
to
human
me
stuff doing
stared
it.
at
Yeah,
me
it's
like
okay.
he did
It's
a
okay.
Yo, I'm
man.
in a
It's not
movie
that
right
bad of
now.
a movie.
Oh, really? Really, dude? No way, bro.
Yeah,
Bro. Oh, all right. Hold
Go
on,
on
hold on.
FaceTime,
Hey,
go on
Godzilla, quiet
FaceTime.
down real quick. Quiet down, Godzilla. All right, what's up, bro?
Movie's on.
What's up? Oh, no way, bro.
And it was like it was opening night too. Like it was Thursday,
Wow.
early screening. So
Wow.
those are the people you would think would be super excited to see this
Yeah.
movie, right? But instead, this guy is on his phone, having a conversation.
That's amazing.
And I've seen people like on their phone texting before. That's one thing. But this guy's on a phone call. I have never witnessed that before.
That is something else.
That blew my
People.
mind.
People.
Like that guy just does not care at all. Anyway,
It's kind of cringe.
This is
bro.
why,
it was a good movie.
whenever I watch movies, I like to just stay in the comfort of my own home and watch them that way.
Yeah, but that's because you're LJ and you're kind of weird.
Yeah. LJ, I thought you were an extrovert.
I am. It's not my issue
No,
with
he's
people.
extra dumb.
See, it's not.
But
Okay. It's not my issue with. It's not that I don't
No.
like dealing with people, because I do. It's just I like to
LJ, you're
experience.
killing my career.
I like to experience the movie comfortably, without having to deal with all the extra nonsense of the movie theater.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's fine. You're entitled to your wrong opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're allowed to be.
I mean,
in every way.
when I saw
Five.
Toy Story 4 this past weekend, there was like there was a family behind us, and they brought a bag of popcorn. And this is like the bag of popcorn that like is what you have a chip
Wow,
bag.
they brought a bag of
Like,
popcorn to a
it's like
movie
they brought
theater.
a giant bag
Big
of
news!
Lay's.
It's very foreign.
Oh my god. It's like they brought a giant bag of Lay's to the theater. Whenever they wanted some popcorn, we heard like the
They eat it?
horrible sound of like.
We used to have
I'm
a
like,
we used to have a
"Are you
guy who
kidding me?"
did that only with cereal bags, and it was very close to the microphone every time that he got cereal, which was almost every day.
Hey Ben, can I order some cereal?
Yeah, you want
Yes,
some cereal? Go
it
ahead.
was that sound
Okay.
in the movie, and my brother looked over at me and said, "Haley, this is horrible."
Haley,
Oh yeah, I
man,
ran
if you,
out of the cinnamon toast crunch. What's it called? Churro cereal.
Toy
Haley,
Story
Haley,
4 was a
if
movie.
you want to talk
And
about
it
you
was
got
a
like
good
4
movie.
minutes.
Toy Story 4.
Dude,
You got
4
like
minutes.
Yeah,
4
like
minutes
4
for Toy Story 4. All right,
Yeah.
break it down, Haley.
All right. Toy Story 4.
Sounds
Invi
boring.
saw it pretty much opening
boring.
day. I saw it opening night. I cried. I'll go ahead and tell you that I did cry.
What a
Um,
weakling!
I actually did get emotional a few
It's-
times for
yes.
someone.
If you're a fan of Woody, you'll get mixed opinions. If you're a fan of Buzz, I'm sorry, but
Oh,
there are
no.
some really great characters in there.
I thought it was a good Woody movie.
it was a
So
good
what,
Woody.
so what you're
movie, but
saying
for
is
Buzz.
it's like a split between outright divisive and bad for the
It's-
two main characters.
I think the
So just,
the crew, like the Jesse, Bullseye, Potato Heads, they have maybe like two
Hashtag
lines,
squad.
like in the entire movie.
Two
Like
lines.
they're like gone pretty much. But that means that we have more time with new characters like Gabby, Ducky and Bunny, which were hilarious. Duke Kaboom, who stole the movie. Keanu Reeves did it again.
Yeah.
And yeah, Kaboom.
So was it worth having a fourth Toy Story? Even though the third one
the
was a
story
pretty satisfying
needed to
conclusion?
be told. I still prefer.
I
the
think it was
movie's
warranted.
ending. Yes. Now, what Envy and I both agree strongly. This is Pixar's visually best movie, of course, but like it brings it to a whole new level. Like it looked real. Like
The toys look like
the
toys.
The sce-
No,
Well,
the
not-
environment.
the scenery, the scenery
scenery.
actually looked like
The
real,
opening
though.
scene was like thundering and lightning and raining and pouring and oh
Raining
my
and
god,
pouring.
it was beautiful. And the lighting when they were in the antique
When
store.
they're in the one place.
Well, guys, if you want to see a movie where the rain looks like rain and the trees look like tree, Toy Story 4. Who are you?
Excuse me.
More
They
like
had to
Tree Story
animate
4.
this. They animated that. That's all.
They animated
computer-generated
something in an
rain.
animated movie? What?
Wow, G!
Whoa.
Totally G!
And
If
so
you
let
want
me
to see a
get this
tree
straight.
move like a tree, there you go.
Haley, you're
All
blowing
right,
my mind
jerks.
here. Okay, this is amazing.
You're
Not
missing
only-
the point here.
Not only have you said
Disrespectful.
that people brought popcorn into a movie theater, which is
Animation.
that's cutting against the grain.
Watch
But you're
Toy
also
Story
saying that there
1,
was animation in an animated movie.
and then watch Toy Story 4, and you'll get my point. How much
Okay.
they've come.
All right. I respect
Like-
all your opinion, Haley.
It's just you're
LJ,
saying
LJ,
things.
Wait, hold
You're
on.
saying
LJ, weren't you the
things-
one talking about bringing a potluck, and then now you're like bringing
Yeah.
the roast
No.
instead?
Listen,
Haley, did you have more to add to that sentence? Or
You're like flashing the Captain Obvious signal.
listen.
I know. Well,
I'm
yeah,
just
but I'm
saying-
saying
No,
that
not you,
they've
Haley. I
innovated
understand. No,
everything
I'm talking about
from-
him being rude to your.
Listen,
interrupting
no,
you.
it's just I'm not learning anything here.
I have a question. Pixar. Is Pixar the highest grossing or most profitable animation studio?
Probably.
Or is that
But if it's like
Illumination?
completely CGI, like a completely CGI movie, probably.
And when did Toy Story 1 come out?
1995.
Okay, so it's been 24 years with the most profitable animation studio ever. That's partnered
And the
with
rain
Disney.
now looks like
That's partnered
rain
with
now.
Disney. The rain better freaking look like rain.
Yeah, but
it's a,
this
it's
is
a
like
technical marvel, but forgive me
it's
for
pouring
not being,
down rain.
not being wowed by that.
It's pouring down rain. The character is Woody, so you want to see the different textures of him when the rain either hits his hat, his face, his clothing. There's also a car. There's also a gutter with fast-moving rain with leaves everywhere that looks real. What?
I know you're so passionate.
It sounds like a really
no,
cool
but
tree scene.
you make it sound like this is the standard for every freaking animated
it
movie out
isn't.
there. Not you,
wanna
them.
watch-
Them. I'm saying they make it sound like it's the standard. Duh. Every animated movie looks real. Are you dumb, Hayley? Every animated movie looks real.
No.
Look, it's exactly what people say about The Last Jedi. Like, yeah, the story sucks, the characters suck, the writing sucks. This movie doesn't need to be made. But
At least the stars look like stars.
but the ship scene, the Holdo scene, guys, the Holdo scene. It's like no. Visuals are solid, but they're also to be expected. In this day and age.
on a cinematic scale as a whole, I mean, obviously the graphics are a great update for this franchise. Okay, so that's just a thing I said, but the directing on like how the shots are executed also great. I just think it's a much better and like fresh take on Toy Story compared to the previous one.
I'm sure you're right, and
I think the dialogue is hilarious. They've got some really good comedy, and as a whole, it delivers as a good animated movie. Oh my gosh, all animated movies should be like that.
Not you.
No.
Them.
I don't get why this is like she like why you interpret my defense for you as another attack on you. You didn't even listen to what I said to begin with.
well,
Same team.
Hayley betrayed Invi. What the crap?
I love how it starts off as a defense,
friendly fire.
and then Hayley just turns it around like, "No, you have to be against me too.
Backhands made.
Stop attacking me."
It's like comes up behind you.
It's like,
There's the hand on your shoulder.
Hey,
Don't worry, I'm
Hayley.
gonna help you. Don't touch me.
Haley, you're totally right, and I completely agree with you. What is that, personal attack or something?
This is what it's like to work at TTV. You never know who's your friend and who's your enemy.
Dude, everyone
Never
has.
trust anyone.
It's a
Not even
constant
yourself.
Mexican standoff. Everyone has a gun to everyone else at all times.
Sorry, a what standoff?
Yeah, that's pretty much true.
Can you
Also,
stop
is that
whitewashing
racist?
my standoff?
I feel like there's racism in there somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Sorry, it's a total non-specific standoff.
This is a betrayal of
Whitewashing.
basic
Oh my
American
gosh.
morale, LJ.
You know what? It's a standoff. There.
It's
I
a
like to see
standoff.
movies
What
where the
kind of
standoffs look like standoffs. Those are my favorite ones.
Well, it's in movies where people stand around.
Well, thank you for your opinion, Haley.
Notice she hasn't said anything else.
I'm glad you
Haley,
enjoyed the
Haley.
movie.
Haley's just gone super quiet now. Are you okay, Haley?
But the trees, guys.
The trees were the
Rain.
best part.
Are you there,
The
Haley?
water.
I'm
The
not even
gutter.
gonna talk anymore.
We did it. We broke her
Haley,
spirit.
what's wrong?
The characters, bro. The dialogue. These are all elements of a movie.
It's like y'all forgot I'm a film person. Thank you.
No, I know you're a film person. We're playing with you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Mhm.
Just shut up.
Toys will be bull.
Well, Haley,
Toys will be toys. Is that what you just said?
Toys will be toys.
Gabby. I'm about to spoil the
That's
movie
the
for everyone
Toy
here.
Story 4 review right there in a nutshell. Toys will be toys, and rain looks like rain. And
The rain looks like her.
oh my god.
What does Haley? Did the toys sound like?
Shut up.
You know, I don't have
Well,
to
well, you
think
see,
this Ninjago
that-
episode.
Well, you see, that's actually that's an important
Uh-huh.
plot detail
You
that
have
you will
to
find
say
out
it.
if you watch it.
Don't think it. Haley, I like to spotlight the amazing comments from our Patreon chat.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, Haley.
Yeah, I'm
No, no,
sorry, Tim.
Oh,
Haley, that's actually that question is actually an important plot element. No joke. Do the toys sound like toys?
Yeah, so I would say Gabby sure didn't.
Ah.
Haha, finger guns.
Spoilers, Haley.
I'm
How
not
could
gonna
you?
lie, my favorite character in the movie probably is Gabby. I
Nice.
won't say why.
I don't know
'cause
who that is.
That's spoilers.
A new character.
Hi.
Well, that's why you gotta watch the movie,
I'm gonna be your
LJ.
best
Can I see them
friend.
trees, man?
I don't even know who you are.
Oh boy.
But-
Well, Haley, how would you rank it overall in the Toy Story movie rankings?
I'd probably put it second best underneath Toy Story 3.
Nice.
Man.
First, because I'm not a huge Toy Story 3 fan. Not that it's bad. I'm just not like wooed by it like everyone else.
Fair enough. You're entitled to your wrong opinion.
See, the trees just aren't like trees in that movie. Oh my gosh, the rain doesn't make the cut for me.
But if you look at
But
Andy's
the gut-
face, you
no,
can
the
see
gutters
like
are all
every
right.
single pore.
Gosh.
Every single pore.
Haley, this is what you get when you join TTV. You get all the things you experienced so far, and then you also get occasionally roasted to oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the territory.
He was so.
I'm not sure who I'm
so
even like
happy at
making
the
fun
start.
of. Like, am I making fun of Haley? Making fun of you
I'm
guys?
targeting everybody at all times. Firing on all cylinders.
All-purpose mockery.
Were there any major animation goofs, or was it consistent the entire time, Haley?
Why would there be a goof in that movie?
All right. Well, there's your
Because,
answer.
because it's a Disney movie, I would think maybe
No.
a Goofy might show up, you know?
Wow.
Gorge.
No.
Gorsh.
All right, well,
Gorsh.
Haley, you've always been the most positive person since you joined. And it was
I like
really...
to think we
Staying
finally
positive,
broken that.
I'm
Not
just
anymore.
refusing
Not
to
after
speak.
this episode.
It's
I still
it's-
think that it's visually stunning, but y'all don't understand the
It's
visual
true,
stunning for animation.
I understand what. Come
Saying,
on,
"Oh my gosh,
Haley.
the rain looks like rain." Hopefully, you know how hard it is to animate that level of rain.
I expect
Like,
that
that
it is
takes
very
talent.
difficult to render a drop of water.
But like, how about a couple billion?
Exactly.
And taking in the wind, taking in the flashlight effects, taking
Haley,
in the
I'm on your
bounces off
side.
of things. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I really like the fingerprint details in the toys. It really makes the toys look like toys.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
Favorite part.
Toys will be toys.
I like that. My favorite part is that we've taken this completely valid and perfectly fine like praise of the film and just made it sound like the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, duh. Every
Toy Story
3D movie
4,
has
it's
this.
a good movie. Forky was great, even though he was pretty disappointing to me.
Yeah, I love it. Everyone like banked on Forky to save the movie.
Dude, yeah, Meso messaged me asking if it lived up to like his like the theorizing or like whatever he heard spoiled. I was like,
spoiler, and,
that's true.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
needed to verify it with Venge.
So, expect Forky is a fantastic comedic character. He's got a lot of great.
See,
fantastic-
But he's not the core of the movie.
No,
But he's not the core.
Forky delivered for me just because he sounds just like Buster,
Oh, yeah.
who's the same
yeah.
actor.
That's kind of
Buster
the point
from
of a
Arrested
fork.
Development has the same voice. Yeah. So it's like he delivers the same kind of thing that I'd want.
Delivers.
Did you
Yeah,
stay
every
till the very
fork
end,
has
Andy?
no.
Dude, Buster
No,
sounds like Buster.
apparently you're supposed to stay till the very end.
The very end. Why?
Yes, I don't know. Someone on Twitter said that the Toy Story movie doesn't end until the last frame. So who knows?
Thank
they
you
still
for
they had a little like,
Sister is my new mother.
Mother.
but they had little scenes in the credits. Like, don't leave as soon as the movie ends because they've got some more scenes. But I don't know about the very end.
Hey,
Which now
brother.
means I have to go see it again. I'm be sitting in
Well,
the
you can
theater
look it
watching
up
the
online.
rain, thinking,
Someone said
Analyze
bars
the
laughs.
raid and remember this moment. This podcast.
you know what? I'm gonna post the picture, not in this chat, but in the other one.
So
Toy Story 4 autopsy. The rain.
Shut.
Does this rain
So,
actually
unrelated.
look like rain? Today, that's what we're gonna find out. Join me as we cut through rain, drop by drop.
I love it.
somebody said that Vars laugh sounds like a chicken. And it made me laugh. And I thought about it, and I'm like, yeah.
Dude,
Kinda
Var has the
close.
best laugh.
He does, man. Or I can't even do it. It's just
It just starts
Every
to sound
time
like
I-
your Akmu laugh.
Or hysterically laugh on command.
How do you make a picture spoiler on them?
like every time I hear Var laugh, I know it's something funny.
Oh, man. Okay. Meso, go ahead and take
Alright.
us out.
Yeah, we should begin
With a
the
sniper
editing
rifle.
process. It's a fly.
I'm glad you enjoyed the movie, Haley. Thanks
Me
for
too.
sharing your opinion.
Yeah, I'm glad you
appreciate
enjoyed
your
it, Haley.
analysis, Taylor. Thank you. I'm sure the fans do as well.
I'm sure they love the
I
scenery
think we
just as
crushed
much as
Haley's
you.
morale.
Oh no, she hasn't seen nothing yet.
I
Yeah.
feel like
I'm
I'm.
still
But
debating.
we'll get
whether
there
I
on the
wanna
next
like
episode of the
Chicago.
TTV podcast.
Listen,
With
guys.
Tyler.
What'd you say, Haley?
Haley, you
Oh,
better
yeah.
not target me specifically for this. Everybody.
Uh-huh. So when I say, "Oh my gosh, wow, that fighting choreography looks realistic," you don't immediately say,
Everybody.
How long has Lego been doing Ninjago now?
It's
You
about
think with
time,
the budget,
man,
the
money.
most with the most
God.
successful IP, they better have the money to make this choreography good.
The ninjas better look like ninjas.
And yet we still have stuff like the sidewalk, or the alleyway.
all right. Well, I'm Haley. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye, Haley.
Oh my gosh!
She was so happy.
Thanks, guys.
What
At the
happened
beginning
at
of
the
the episode, she was so happy. By the end, she's just done.
To anyone in the
Down
live studio
five,
audience
Haley.
who ever wants to be a part
Holy
of
crap.
TTV, this is what awaits you. Nothing but depression and woe.
Aw, I feel
We,
so
we,
bad.
we are the
You
source
should.
of your depression.
Oh, poor Haley.
Poor Haley.
All right. Well, I guess she's gone. We'll see you all next week for the next exciting episode of the TTV podcast. Unless it's Brick Feed, if there's news. What?
Switch the names. Okay.
Patron shout out.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm getting to it.
Okay.
Shout out goes to
She was so happy.
Yeah, you picked the shout
Haley.
Haley.
Haley, welcome back.
Shout out goes to Haley.
She's muted out of protest. Vin, you picked the shout out this week since you were about to.
All right. Let's see. Somebody posted a Godzilla picture. Shout out is gonna go to Spiders Prime.
He's not a patron, he's a moderator.
He's just a mod.
It
He's
has
not-
to be a patron.
Frick. We have to pick someone else then. Dang it. Somebody post a picture of Godzilla. Quick. I'll give you like 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8,
Why'd you do this,
7.
Masa?
6, 5, 4.
Oh.
Magic Ninja!
Coming in clutch.
Magic Ninja gets the shout out. Thank you, Magic Ninja, for posting a picture of Godzilla and for listening to today's episode and for being a dedicated patron.
True that. All right, Eljay, cue the music.
Oh no!
Cue the music!
Adrian G, thanks
This
for your
has been
donation.
TTV Podcast. Yeah, thank you, Adrian G. This has been TTV Podcast 324. We'll see you all next time, hopefully, for a podcast where Haley doesn't get bagged on it. But I'm Meso.
Avar.
I'm Eljay.
I'm Ben,
I'm also Ben.
and I'm Mange.
Haley.
Haley, I love you. That's what I'm saying.
Haley, I love the rain, just so you know.
No!
We'll see y'all next
She's
week.
gone again! She's gone again!
So Meso, how did you
See y'all
feel
next
when we
week,
ruined
fellas.
your relationship?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And that was the day